finally going to build spring-like dependency injection framework using reflection. So let's go over quickly a dependency injection and understand. You know what? Let's do two things at the same time. I will make myself tea and cover the basics of dependency injection. Okay, now that we have a change of scenery, let's quickly recap what was a dependency injection. So to make a tea, we need three things: a cup, water, and a tea. So let's consider cup as our component. So when we don't use the dependency injection principle, all dependencies are hard-coded inside our classes. So if we imagine that cup is our component and we have a dependency to a tea and a hot water, it means that there is already something inside. So it means that I have just hard-coded the tea inside the cup. Same goes as with component. So if someone wants to use my component or my cup, he will need to use what's inside there. So without dependency injection, I have already selected what tea will come with this cup. So if our guest doesn't like this tea, there is no option for him to change it. Same way as dependency injection, we don't want to hardcode any tea inside, we want to inject it from outside. So our guest comes, selects one of the teas that we provide, or he brings his own, and just injects it. And that's for the dependency inversion principle. So ideally, dependency injection framework should follow also dependency inversion principle, which means that high-level module should not rely on low-level implementation. I don't want to be directly dependent on this lower-level module by pouring it directly in my cup. That means if something changes tomorrow, tea is not provided in such form, my process could fail. So ideally, we want to define an interface that is commonly used by our cup and by the tea maker. So instead of every time seeing different implementations, we want to say that we are only accepting a tea bag. In this case, tea bag becomes our interface and our cup depends on tea bag, and tea provider also depends on this tea bag. I don't care how the tea changes or how it looks inside, as long as it is implementing our interface, I can inject it inside my cup. And if I don't like this tea, I can throw it away, take different implementation and inject it. Or use adapter pattern to implement our tea bag interface. I mean, it counts. And now let's get some hot water and go back to coding.